Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday morning. It's my Sunday on, so we are headed in to do some chores. Right around 4:30 right now. We're going to head in. We're going to check all the groups and see what the feed situation looks like. Then we will get right into feeding. Check on fresh group before they go to the parlor. If there's any fresh cows, get them off the fresh pack and put them into group one. Yeah, that's how we're gonna get the day rolling here. Hey, hit that subscribe and like button, guys. Follow along here. We'll see what we can get into today. We're there. Looks like we got quite a bit of rain last night, actually. So that means we've pretty well gotten rain every single day here. When the weatherman said we weren't supposed to get any. Looks like they're actually pretty set on feed for now. I'll still give them some, but they're not going to be top priority. We'll check on group one. We will see where they're at here. Got some dry cows are cleaned right up though. We'll check on the pack. Any babies? Anybody? Yeah, one cow's getting pretty close. I'm gonna go get you some feed, okay? All right. That's a nice cow right there. 5294, a little friendly cow back there, white speckly one coming on up. Nice delta, yeah. Hey, you hungry? Yeah, I'll go get you some feed. All right. Stop jabbering. Stop jabbering, she says. All right. It's the only trouble when we get our bunks right good and full. It's dark out. I'll show you guys later on in the day, and that's the road. We are backed right up to tires. That's the only spot we got to load. It's a good problem. You guys can't see anything. All right. We're going to go get in the loader. And now you can see a little better. Yeah, we're backed right up to the bunk. Right up to the road. Once the corn's gone at the other farm, we'll open it up here and start working our way back. That'll be a lot more room to park. So. Oh, wow. It's raining again. What the heck? I don't get it. Don't get it. right, what I'm gonna go do right now, even though it's early, I'm gonna go grab the skid steer and the tire, and I'm gonna scrape out the back side of this pen, just because all the cows are up in the front, you know, with the exception of a couple. But for the most part, they're all up front. So to save time pushing cows, I'll go do that and get that side done and out of the way now. And we can do the front a little bit later on. So we'll run and grab that skid steer quick. All right, guys, I got this side of this dry cow barn scraped out. So now I just got to go down through, open up the crosswalks, and we will go ahead and push the front to the back. It's now 6:45, so we're really only 25 minutes ahead of schedule at this point. So we'll go ahead and get them pushed over and finish getting this dry cow pen cleaned out. By then, group 1 should be about ready to go to the parlor. We'll walk over there, make some notes of any cows that need treatment this morning, and give that list to the guys in the parlor here. So yeah, we'll just work on getting these girls pushed over now. When you clean out the front alley, you also got to push the maternity cows to the back onto the pack as well. I said she was getting close. We got feed out. This is a massive cow here. Bye, girlies. So yeah, we'll push these guys onto the pack up here where they eat. It's still kind of dry compared to most of the cows, but we do scrape the front out daily as well. Come on, ladies, here we go. Come on now. To the back, to the back. Come on now. Here we go, here we go. All right, here we go. Come on now. Quit being a bully. Let's go, let's go. Come on now. Here we go. Well, they must have been busy yesterday. I didn't realize there was still yesterday's manure on the manure spreader. So we're gonna have to go get her emptied quick, and then we'll come back and we'll finish putting manure on. We are filled right to the tippy top. At least we don't gotta go down the road. We're just going out back there, but yeah, I didn't realize that didn't get done, so. Oh well, I'm curious as to how muddy it is back here, actually. We haven't really had to deal with mud at all this whole fall, really this whole year, honestly, which is awesome. On the topic of water, yeah, all you guys down in like West Virginia, North South Carolina, that's getting hit by the hurricane, we're praying for you guys. Hope all is well. I mean, I know it's not, obviously, judging by the videos that I see, but we're praying for you guys. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that, I suppose. We're not, like, leaving ruts. We're really tracks either, so we should be all right. Yeah, the ground's still nice and firm actually. Even over here where I color motioned in, kind of making my pass back down through, I like to come back and spread onto what I spread. So I'm kind of over here, and you know, it's sticking to the tires, but it's not like it's flying muddy. So yeah, that's how dry our ground was. That just goes to show you, I mean, we've had quite a bit of rain this week, and we're not even making tracks. It's a good problem to have during harvest. All right, well, they're taking group one, the fresh group, to the parlor. So I'm gonna go ahead and scrape it out. What I think I'll do, I'll treat it similar to the dry cow pen, and I'll load it on the spreader, at least until I get a full load. Whatever's left, I'll push into the lagoon. But being that I'm still gonna have a little bit on, so I'll have to empty it anyways, I might as well put a load on it. All right, this barn is all done. You can see our fresh cows are coming back from the parlor now. Dry cows are happily eating. Everyone's clean and everyone's happy. Spreader is emptied, parked right there for morning. Geese are headed south because screw winter. And yeah, we will go load the feed truck again for our heifer barns that are off site. We'll get that done, and then I will go home, get some breakfast for myself. How's this cow doing here? This 4464. It's a good old cow. Jedi. She's just like the epitome of front end strength. This cow just uphill, wide, real nice fore udder. Granted, she just got milk, so don't judge the udder right now. She's only a few days fresh too. That's why I wanted to come take a peek. How you doing, sweetheart? Huh? Yeah, she's a good old cow though. I really like that cow. And that's not a good cow. That's a little skanky little thing there. Jeepers creepers. All right, let's go load the feed truck. Just coming through the barn here, and I got a couple more heats back here. 43.99 and 56.86. All right, another Jedi. What are you there, darling? Renegade. All right. Write them down. We'll look them up. See where they're at. Just swung back up here to check on this cow that was pushing a little bit earlier. And we just pulled a healthy little baby heifer calf. For whatever reason, she wasn't pushing. So we gave her some assistance, and here we are. Welcome to the world, little lady. Welcome to the world. Good job, mama. Pulling calves is still hands down my favorite part of dairy farming. There's just no better feeling. Not necessarily pulling calves, but the maternity in general. Watching new life come in. When you have to assist, if you can assist like we just did and have a successful result, which 99% of the time we do, there is, you know, once in a great while where nature takes its course and it is what it is, and there wasn't much that we could have done about it. There's also times where we have to call in the vets if it's a, you know, real bad twisted uterus or twins that are extra stubborn, or, you know, there are situations where we call in the vet, but for the most part we're able to handle it all ourselves, and it's just so rewarding when situations like that happen. And yeah, everything works out, and there's a healthy little calf and a healthy mama, and yeah. So I'm glad that I swung back up there to check on her, because yeah, like I said, for whatever reason, she had started pushing. That was a couple hours ago now, and she just wasn't feeling it. So like I said, she was completely ready. She was fully dilated. We just needed to give her a little bit of assistance, and it worked out. So yeah, we'll get back to feeding now. The feed truck will be extra mixed because it has been running for the last 10-12 minutes now. So yeah, I'll go get that shut off. All right, guys, figured I'd walk through our ration here with you. So this first load, this first ingredient is coming out of our bins. This is our soy plus mix, just soy and minerals. It's more of the high protein. We put in 2,100 pounds a load of that. Next, we'll put in 4,000 pounds of our first cutting haylage, alfalfa. Now, generally we would run a defacer on this, but because we just opened it, it's not really deep enough to run the defacer on yet and do a decent job. So generally I would put our cornmeal in before the haylage, but without defacing, the haylage gets a little bit clumpy, and I kind of like to give it a little bit of extra time. So that's why I am throwing it in first, just to let the feed truck kind of break up some of those clumps. But yeah, 4,000 pounds of this. That will probably change this week. I'm gonna meet with the nutritionist and get a new ration for this new haylage. It's definitely drier. So yeah, we'll have to get that figured out. But at the moment, we are putting in 4,000 pounds of this stuff here. You can see we got scales on the side there to monitor how much we're putting in. Boy, it looks like that bucket's gonna be just about perfect. You guys can't see. For whatever reason, cameras don't pick up stuff like that. But yeah, 60, 90 is what I'm at, so I'm 10 pounds off. But I'm not even gonna attempt to put 10 pounds of something in because it'll end up being 100 pounds. So 10 pounds under, 90 pounds over. I just assume be 10 pounds under. So now that's in there, that's grinding up. We will shoot back over to the commodity shed here and we'll grab some ground cornmeal. So 97% of the year, we do have a second payloader that sits over here to load the cornmeal. But right now that is up at the other farm. That is in charge of loading the corn silage that we have to bring home from up there. So yeah, we kind of got a hay bale wall built here. Some hay that we bought, didn't have a place to put it, so we put it down here, and it's kind of working out pretty good, really. Not all hay, a lot of it's straw, but we're slowly working through chopping the straw. It's the only downfall of loading the grain corn over there. You got to drive across the driveway, and I do not want to spill any of this on the driveway. That's what makes it into a muddy mess. It's darn near impossible not to, but so far today I've done pretty decent. There's one little tiny speck right, and the camera didn't pick it up, so that's how small it was. But anyways, we're gonna put 2,300 pounds of our ground cornmeal in. Lastly, we got our corn silage. This is, again, we're trucking it down from the other farm. And again, this is where the shear bar was screwed up on the chopper. So you see that long stuff. This corn was horribly chopped. However, it was processed very well. Processing looked excellent, just that shear bar was letting a lot of longer stuff through. I suppose there's definitely worse corn silage out there, but very unacceptable to my standards. But the cows seem to be doing okay on it. They're sorting out a lot of the long stuff, which is really the main downfall of this, non-consistent chopping, is just the sorting. And then the cows aren't getting what they're supposed to be getting for, the amount of corn silage that the ration calls for here. But oh well, it is what it is. There's no changing it now. Like I said, the majority of the bunk is chopped very, very uniform at 19 millimeter. It's just the first pile that we did that first day of chopping was subpar. So yeah, don't go commenting on the length of my corn silage. I understand. it does not look up to par. But anyways, 9,200 pounds of this, and that will complete the ration. I think while that load's mixing, I actually am gonna take the defacer and try to get this cleaned up just a little bit. Like I said, it's literally 3.5 to 4 feet deep, but we will get it cleaned up here a little bit. So this is an HLA defacer. I don't know, 4.5, 5 foot wide, something like that. Not a very big one. Just goes on our skid steer. You can kind of see there's not really much you can do when you're already this low to the ground here. Kind of try to get the bottom first, so that way when the silage piles up and starts blocking you from getting at it, at least you already got some of it done. The nice thing about defacing is it does a nice clean job on the face of the bunk, and it helps to break up all of the clumps. So again, you're not getting sorting in the ration when a cow sees a clump and they want to sort it out. Just trying to clean up that mess here, really. Once this pile gets quite a bit deeper, we'll do this pretty regularly. Honestly, probably next couple days. Even right here where I dug out this morning, it's already quite a bit deeper, so that makes a pretty good difference. Not ideal, but it's a start. Figured I'd show you guys the inside of this truck, how this mixer wagon works, or mixer box, I don't know. I still call them mixer wagons, even though they're on trucks. It's a Kuhn twin screw. I don't know how many cubic feet it is. I know our loads full are generally 18 to 19,000 pounds. So if that helps you guys who feed a lot, you kind of understand the size of it. So in the truck here, I got my scales and I got my control board. So this knob here controls how fast my screws are turning in the inside of that truck. So when I'm loaded, I got it set at half speed. Once I get down to 8,000-9,000 pounds, I will turn it up. It just helps unload faster. My joystick that runs the door and the spout. I've got my work lights. There's a LED light right above the door. We don't have a discharge conveyor, so, but if we had one that had like a chain, that would run that. I don't honestly know what that switch does. Accessories. I don't think we have accessories. And then this is the hydro. This turns the mixer on and off. This whole system is a hydraulic drive, so you don't need to have your PTO on in the truck. And just flip that on, and yeah, that's what runs it. So like right now, it spouts up, I go like this, That lowers my spout down. My door is already open, but if it wasn't, I would just pull back like that. You flip the switch. See feed's coming out. We do feed 5 split loads a day. So those of you who are wondering why I'm feeding cows that have this much feed, that is why. This is load number 4, and the 5th load, generally we don't feed till the afternoon. So that's why it looks like they got quite a bit. On Sundays, I generally try to get done feeding by lunchtime because I'll have to breed cows and stuff like that this afternoon. But generally we obviously have a little more time, or not more time, more people around, so we space the loads out a little bit more. You can see, probably can't see that well on camera, but that long corn silage doesn't look that bad by the time you mix it up, but you see here at the end where it's still getting separated out. That's what we're trying to prevent here. So yeah, that's pretty much the scoop on the truck. I don't know if you guys have questions about it, let me know. Setting on an 09 Kenworth, got a 350 horse Cummins motor, Allison automatic transmission. It's not all I got to say about that, I suppose. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the feed truck. See here, we are almost empty. So what I'll do when I get to that point, you can just kick the truck into neutral. Then you can rev it up and really help to clean it out quicker. Obviously you don't punch it. You want to get to about 1700 RPM. You don't want to go above that. All right guys, I got the feeding for the day all done. I loaded a load of TMR for the milk cows for morning. We always load a load at night. For the next morning, they feed that off 1:30. So yeah, the feeding is all set for the day. I got a list of the heats that I passed on to my father-in-law. He makes all the breeding decisions. He's actually over here right now, so he may breed them. If not, we'll breed them after lunch. We're gonna head on home and get a bite to eat here. We just kind of worked through breakfast this morning. I don't know, every now and then you just get in the zone and you want to keep rocking on. But yeah, we're gonna go home, get some lunch, then we'll come back, we'll check the fresh group again, check on those maternity pens again. If I've got to breed cows, I'll breed cows. Clean barn at 3:30, and that'll be it for the day. So guess we'll see what the afternoon brings here. All right guys, well, my father-in-law got the cows bred for me on lunch. Hell yeah, that was nice of him. So we are up here at the Wellman barn, where we've got pregnant heifers. We're gonna push up feed. I don't think I've really shown you guys this barn at all. We don't really spend a lot of time up here, if we're being honest. So probably, I don't know if there's 80 or 100 head up here, something like that. There's 4 rows of stalls inside, and they come outside here to eat. It's got a roof over top of it. For the most part, it's a pretty calm, quiet place up here. Huh, ladies? So we will get this feed pushed up. I'll show you our little push on up rig here. We used to just hand fork it in back when we only had 50, 60 up here and there wasn't quite so much feed. But here a year or two ago, we've always had this little 2355 that was up here with a box blade. Tidy up the driveways in the spring with it and stuff like that. So we just took a plate and we didn't weld it, we bolted it on here at an angle. You just kind of back up, push the feed in, and it beats the heck out of trying to fork it in, especially when it's wet. Yeah, a little 2355. Good little tractor. that's it. That's pretty much the gist of pushing up feed up here. Quick and easy. Doesn't do a bad job. So we'll head down, push up feed everywhere else. Clean barn, clean the fresh group out, and that's gonna be a day for us here. Grain corn's drying down good. There's still at least a few weeks out, but it's looking pretty brown. This is also the greener part of the field right here because all your water runs off, and it always gets more manure than the rest of the field just because it's right here. And if it's wet, you can stay right on the driveway and blast it out in there. But all right, we'll head back. Well, I got all the feed pushed up. Got an hour to kill here, so I see they cleaned out show calf pens today. So I am going to take the spreader down, and I might get rid of a load or two of that here until I got to take that group to the parlor. So back in the 48 here today. All right. I do really enjoy running this old tractor. All right, well, got that pile spread. We got 15 minutes here to spare, so we'll walk through this group of cows here quick and see if there's any real problems. There's been a lot of fresh cows and heifers lately. Nice udder cow there. So we probably just want to do a little walk through and check and see if there's any obvious problems. This cow had twins at the beginning of the week. Doesn't have a lot of milk, but she's chewing her cud. Hopefully she comes on here. Fresh heifers. They think I'm coming to push them to the parlor. It's about that time. This one calved today. Girl here looks a little off, but she's chewing her cud. Definitely a little bit dehydrated. Come out of there, big girl. All right. Cut over to the other side. Fresh heifers are always a little skittish. This cow here is one of the neighbors' cows. They've got a few here. She's a crossbreed, but that's an old cow there. That cow there is definitely off. Yeah, we better get her something. Probably start with pink pills, and they put her on Polyflex by the looks of it. 6306. I'll write that down here. This fresh heifer this morning, she's a perennial. She's a real big cow. Well, 2-year-old, but real big 2-year-old out of a real big cow. This is the daughter of that black cow, that crossbreed I showed you at the other end of the barn. Another good crossbreed there. Of course, that ugly heifer now, she's gonna walk right in front of me the whole way. All right, so I think it's mainly just that heifer there that really is gonna need something. Nobody else is jumping out as a problem here, so yeah. Nice cow. Well guys, that'll probably do it for today's video. Like I said, all I've got left, I've just got to scrape this pen out once these guys go to the parlor. You guys have already seen me scrape barn today. You don't need to see me do it again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's kind of the general Sunday routine. Like I said, usually I'll breed the cows that are in heat. I was super happy not to have to do that. Other than that, it's just making sure everyone's fed and bred and taken care of and healthy. So with the exception of that one heifer, everyone looks pretty good to me. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna hand scrape these cross alleys, and by then hopefully they're ready for this group. I'll push this group down to the parlor with them. We'll get it scraped out and we'll call it a day. We'll head home, watch a little bit of football and get some supper. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hit the subscribe and like button, and we will see you guys in the next video.